Imagine being diagnosed with a disease that has been around for hundreds of years. A disease that can separate you from your family, your friends, your community. A disease that for many years has been stigmatized worldwide. This is the reality that many people living with leprosy, also known as Hansen's disease, has to live nowadays. But what is leprosy? How do you contract it? What are the symptoms? How do you diagnose it? What kind of medicine is there for it? And why is there so much stigma surrounding it? Now, most of us have heard the term leprosy, perhaps when we go to a church or if you've read the Bible. But leprosy mentioned in the Bible is completely different of the leprosy that we know nowadays. In 1873, Dr. Gerard Hansen discovered the bacteria that causes leprosy. And since then, there's many other strands that have been discovered. One of them being the most contagious, known as lepromatous leprosy. But even the most contagious, the World Health Organization says that 95% of the world population is immune to most of this bacteria. So only 5% can be infected by leprosy, and even then, it will take an extreme exposure for you to contract leprosy. And even if you contract it, it would take years possible before you show up with any symptoms, like burning sensation or losing sensation and feeling in your hands and feet, as well as your nerve system being attacked, losing your eyesight, or the lining in your nose being attacked. Those are symptoms that leprosy can produce. But there's a lot of misconceptions about leprosy. One of these misconceptions about leprosy is that parts will fall off. I had a chance to interview Dr. Frank Klein, who did a lot of work in leprosy colonies in Tanzania and India. And he mentions that even the media is responsible sometimes for these misconceptions. For instance, he quoted a book called Papillon by Henry Charrier, in which I think that it's become a movie now, in which it depicts a leprosy person working with clay on a turntable and his finger falling off. This is far from truth. Yes, when they lose sensations in their hands and feet, they're more susceptible to injury, like burning or having a nail go through their foot and not feeling anything, or getting extreme cuts. And this would generate a lot of other issues, but not having limbs fall off just because of the leprosy itself. So what other treatments, or what treatments are there? Nowadays, leprosy can be treated and cured by a multi-drug therapy, MDT, and is a combination of 3 different types of antibiotics given from 6 to 12 months period. And this would cure the disease. But what other stigma surrounds leprosy? Most of the stigma surrounding leprosy is based on myths and fears and not facts. In many communities, leprosy is wrongly linked to sin or sometimes curse. But we have to understand that leprosy is a medical condition and not a moral failing. It is treatable, it is curable, and very difficult to contract. So we have to understand that in this country, it might not be a big deal, but around the world, millions of people suffer more from discrimination than from the actual disease itself.